Imagine the entire 13.8 billion year history of our universe, from the very beginning to right now, all packed into just 10 minutes. Sounds impossible, right? Well, buckle up, because that's exactly what we're about to do. It all starts with a bang. The Big Bang, to be precise. About 13.8 billion years ago, all the matter and energy in the universe was concentrated into an infinitesimally small, hot, dense point. Then, in less than a second, it exploded, expanding faster than the speed of light. This rapid inflation created space-time and the fundamental forces of nature. As the universe cooled, the first particles formed, protons and neutrons. After a few 100,000 years, these particles combined to form the first atoms, mostly hydrogen and helium. For millions of years, the universe was a vast, dark expanse of gas clouds. But gravity, the silent architect of the cosmos, was at work. It pulled these clouds together, compressing them until their cores ignited, giving birth to the very first stars. These stellar giants lived fast and died young, exploding in brilliant supernovas. These explosions were crucial, as they forged heavier elements like carbon, oxygen, and iron, the very building blocks of planets and, eventually, life itself. Galaxies began to form as gravity pulled stars, gas, and dust together. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, took shape, and within it, about 4.6 billion years ago, a new star was born, our Sun. A swirling disk of gas and dust surrounded it, and over millions of years, this material clumped together to form the planets, including our home, Earth. Early Earth was a hellish landscape, a molten ball of rock bombarded by asteroids. But as it cooled, a crust formed, volcanoes spewed gases to create an early atmosphere. And water, likely delivered by comets and asteroids, condensed to form the first oceans. It was in these primordial oceans, about 4 billion years ago, that the miracle of life began. The first life forms were simple, single-celled organisms, like bacteria. For billions of years, they were the only life on the planet. But one of these tiny organisms, cyanobacteria, had a revolutionary trick: photosynthesis. They used sunlight to create energy, releasing oxygen as a byproduct. This slowly transformed our atmosphere, paving the way for more complex life. Around 540 million years ago, something incredible happened: the Cambrian explosion. In a relatively short burst of evolutionary time, life diversified at an astonishing rate. The first animals with skeletons, shells, and eyes appeared. The oceans teemed with bizarre and wonderful creatures. Soon after, life made its next great leap onto land. First came the plants, turning the barren continents green. Then, insects and amphibians followed. This led to the age of reptiles and the reign of the dinosaurs, who dominated the planet for over 150 million years. Their rule came to a dramatic end 66 million years ago when a massive asteroid struck the Earth, causing a mass extinction that wiped out 3/4 of all species. But this catastrophe opened the door for a new group of animals, the mammals. Small and shrew-like at first, they diversified to fill the ecological niches left vacant by the dinosaurs. Among them were the primates, our distant ancestors. Over millions of years of evolution in the forests and savannas of Africa, one lineage of apes began to walk upright. This freed up their hands to use tools. Their brains grew larger and more complex. This was the dawn of humanity. Species like Homo habilis, the handy man, and Homo erectus, who mastered fire, spread out of Africa. Finally, our own species, Homo sapiens, emerged about 300,000 years ago. We were not alone. We shared the planet with other human species like the Neanderthals. But we had a key advantage: sophisticated language. This allowed us to cooperate in large groups, share complex ideas, and create culture. Around 70,000 years ago, a cognitive revolution occurred. Humans began creating art, jewelry, and elaborate burial sites. We developed advanced hunting tools and started migrating across the globe, reaching Australia, Europe, Asia, and eventually, the Americas. Then, about 12,000 years ago, came the next great transformation, the agricultural revolution. Humans learned to domesticate plants and animals. Instead of hunting and gathering, we could settle in one place and grow our own food. This led to the first villages, which grew into the first cities. With surplus food, not everyone had to be a farmer. People could specialize in other crafts, becoming priests, soldiers, artisans, and rulers. This new social structure gave rise to the first civilizations in places like Mesopotamia, Egypt, the Indus Valley, and China. With civilization came writing, law, mathematics, and monumental architecture like the pyramids and ziggurats. The age of empires began. Great powers like the Persians, the Greeks under Alexander the Great, and the Romans expanded their territories, connecting different cultures through trade, war, and ideas. The Silk Road linked East and West, spreading goods, technologies, and religions like Buddhism and Christianity. After the fall of Rome, Europe entered the Middle Ages, while Golden Ages flourished in the Islamic world and China, bringing incredible advances in science, medicine, and philosophy. The world was rocked again around the year 1500. The Renaissance in Europe sparked a rebirth of art and learning. The Age of Exploration, powered by new sailing technologies, connected the hemispheres for the first time, leading to the Columbian Exchange but also the brutal era of colonialism. The Scientific Revolution, led by figures like Copernicus, Galileo, and Newton, fundamentally changed our understanding of the universe, replacing dogma with observation and reason. This set the stage for the Industrial Revolution in the 18th and 19th centuries. The invention of the steam engine and other machines transformed society from rural and agrarian to urban and industrial. This brought immense wealth and technological progress, but also new social problems and global inequality. Ideas of democracy, liberty, and nationalism fueled revolutions in America and France, reshaping the political landscape. The 20th century was a period of unprecedented change and conflict. Two world wars engulfed the globe, followed by the Cold War, a tense standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union. But it was also an age of incredible progress. We cured diseases, split the atom, walked on the moon, and unlocked the secrets of our own DNA. And that brings us to today, the information age. The invention of the microprocessor and the internet has connected the world in ways previously unimaginable. We hold the sum of human knowledge in the palm of our hands. We live in a globalized society facing monumental challenges, from climate change and pandemics to political polarization. But we also have incredible tools and opportunities to solve them. From the Big Bang to the digital age, it's been an unbelievable journey. The story of the universe, of our planet, and of our species is a story of change, of challenge, and of resilience. What will the next chapter hold? That's the part that's yet to be written. Thanks for joining me on this whirlwind tour of world history. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more deep dives into the amazing story of us. See you next time.